Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Creator Studio. Oh wait, no, upload button. Here we go. Live streaming. That's good. Let's switch back over here. Put in the earbuds so that I can hear it. You can obviously hear it, but yeah. Earbuds going in. Okay, so we should be currently orbiting Ike in 2 different spacecraft. We're going to use the tracking station to time accelerate until they are synchronized, roughly. Might take a while. So the lander is traveling slightly faster, but that's good. Let's go ahead and fly that lander. Perform a plane correction here. Okay. Coming up on the descending node. All right. Just gonna have to manually fly this. Great. Oh, you gotta love doing that. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to burn west, which would be right there, that away. So that is what I am doing. Just want to get that as matchy to the target as possible. We'll go ahead and turn that thrust limiter all the way down to 0.5. All right, you know what? That's probably good. Okay. Now, we probably need to go into a higher orbit. So, we can't do maneuver nodes, so we're just going to have to do this. We can go ahead and increase the thrust on this engine. Let's do 10.5. There we go. Just make that fine adjustment. And we'll probably be right about there. There we go. We're going to come right up to it. So now we will time accelerate till that thing comes very close to us. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Here it comes. Let's do relative target velocity so that we can slow down right as it's about to hit us. We should actually do it this way. Let's go ahead and switch to our target, turn on those lights here so we can see what's going on. And we'll go ahead and start decelerating here. We will control from here, and we are going to set that landing can as our target, and we're going to target the target. Excellent. Now you two, yes, you gotta target the target. Target that target and stay on target. Stay on target. Okay, and you can't target the target, but you should adjust your now we switch over to RCS just because it'll be slightly easier. Put on caps lock to make fine adjustments. It's going to be a short while, so let's time accelerate a little bit here as that target gets a little bit closer. Okay, switch to that one. I want you to target and hold that. Switch over to this one, bring up the RCS, slow down. Look at those terrain scatters sparkling below us. Sun's coming up. Turn off RCS. We're going to dock just fine, just like that. Let's slow down a little bit, though. Boom. That is how you do rendezvous and docking. Let's take a look at how much fuel we spent here. We got about 8 units of fuel, or 6 units of fuel in each of these. So when we refuel, I'm thinking that we leave one of those tanks empty. And yeah, if we leave one of those tanks empty, then it should just be fine. All right, in. I'm really worried about that lander making it back to Duna orbit, though. That really concerns me. So we got these two. They need fuel and oxidizer here. So let's go ahead and move this oxidizer into this one, so it's taking it evenly from both of those, and we can dump it out to the others. Hold on. This is quite a large package for a rather small item that I ordered. This item. I don't know if you can see that. Asus SLI adapter. So I can use my old graphics card, which was benchmarked at about 1900 pips, and this new graphics card, which is like 4400 pips, so I'll just get that much more performance out of it. But most importantly, it'll double my graphics memory. So this is nice. It's very nice. Alright. Awesome. I'll install that after this episode. Okay, so excellent. So we can go out with the oxidizer. So those fuel tanks are full. Might as well go out with the liquid fuel too. Fill up those fuel tanks. Now we also did some maneuvering using RCS, but I think with the lightness of the craft we won't even need to do any more RCS maneuvering. Alright. Ooh. Oh, it takes forever to fill these up, doesn't it? Alright. Go ahead and unpin those. Let's just add a small amount of monopropellant. And we'll only fill this up until the word monopropellant is about covered. There we go. Okay then. So where did we just land? Review stored data. We from Ike's Midlands. Okay. Keep that experiment. Alright. Oh my god, look at all of this science. So we're gonna have to transfer crew here. Go ahead and transfer you to there. And then who's up next? Maybe Jebediah? Because he'll be capable of doing stuff. No, I want scientists. So we got Bob is the one we just had. We've got Patcott. Patcott, you've got to be transview. Oh, yes, you're in the science lab. I can tell. Okay, so transfer crew. Patcott, you are transferring into the lander can. And we are going to perform another landing. So we'll go ahead and undock here. We've refueled. We are going to rotate this. Oh, great. We're going to rotate this spacecraft so that the solar panels are pointed toward the sun. We're going to target the retrograde vector. And we're going to fire up the engine a little bit. Is the engine firing? Yes, it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and put that engine on full thrust. Let's bring up our RCS and use some of this RCS fuel. Let's get it down to about 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hope we don't land in the Midlands. Let's see what we got here in terms of comsats. I see we have our 3 comsats. They're still flying out towards us. What's this? No. We've got a comsat there? Huh. Okay. Alright. Zoom back in here. Oh, we are going to be landing during the night, and there is nothing I can do about it. Lights on. Fortunately, I have a nice bright monitor. That will tell us when we are about to impact. What's the vessel info? Okay, 2.69 tons. Alright, and that means that that engine, which I believe thrust has 20 kilonewtons of thrust. that engine, which has 20 kilonewtons of thrust. You know what? If we need to get the right biomes here, so I'm going to go ahead and land near the South Pole. So I believe that that will be good if we land close to the South Pole. Oh geez. Nope. Oh crap! Okay, we are not going towards the South Pole, we are going towards that landing spot right there. But fortunately, we can calculate, okay, 1 minute and 7 seconds away from that. And vessel mass is, oh shit. No! No! Okay. What was it, 2.6 tons? Which means I just gotta fire this engine. I can't work out the math. Let's go ahead and fire it and hope that we can decelerate to a survivable speed before impacting the surface, which I believe we can. Okay. Just gotta establish a rule of thumb here. Our thrust to weight ratio is going to accelerate us at, oh shoot, about 7 meters per second, so it's going to take about 40 seconds. Okay, and boing. All right, landed. No, I need to rotate. Trying to get, because I'm going to fall over unless I have a there we go. Okay. No, 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 no. Woo! Okay. Not gonna fall over. I've got good solar panel exposure. We can go ahead and open this up and we can perform our experiments with Petcut. Excellent. Go ahead and log the pressure data. We'll log the seismic data. We will log our gravity data. We will log temperature. We will log, observe the mystery goo. Excellent. We will observe the materials bay. Excellent. We will perform a crew report. We will take this data board and then perform a crew report, and then EVA, take that crew report. We will take that data, collect that data, and restore that. We will collect that data and restore it. We will take that data. We will take that data. We will take that data. We will do an EVA report from the surface. And we will take a surface sample. And then we will fall down here so that we can plant a flag. You report. We're in the southeastern mountain range, which is excellent. Okay, so go ahead and plant a flag. And the site is southeastern mountain range. Oops, caps lock's on. southeastern mountain range. Black text. We came, we saw, we got bored and went home. Yay! Okay. And we're gonna board. And we're gonna go ahead and travel north. Right? North. Orbit should be like that. And we are just going to fly northward until our apoapsis is sufficiently high. And we're going to see if there are some other biomes relative to this that, ooh, that's just barely going to clear that mountain range. So 10 kilometers is sufficiently high that I don't believe that I have to worry about any mountains. So, getting buzzes. Oh, my cousin's tweeting. Okay. And so while we're at that, we're going to try to detect our biome. See if we can rough out where a new biome is for us. So let's go ahead and we'll pin this. Pin this over here. Log gravity data, southeastern mountain ridge. Okay. Got Ike biome map. Images. View image. I cannot hear. So I think I know where I am. Okay. Yes, we just flew over this spot right here on the map. You can't see it, but I can. And we're going to be flying until we're right here, and then we come down and we hit the lowlands are on the other side of that. No, the western mountain ridge. That's what's on the other side of the moon right now, but it's too dark for us to see any features. So we're just going to time accelerate to the apoapsis. And we're going to play catch up with Space Station 1 there. We are running really low on fuel. I might have to get out and push. And yes, that is a viable option.
Mom, he wants to ask you something.
We're very close to orbital velocity, so a little bit goes a long ways.
And I go, maybe. And it's okay with his dad if it's okay with you.
So I think there are some mountain ranges that are close to
And it's
10 kilometers.
Hello, I made it.
So we're gonna see if tallest points are 12.75 kilometers tall. So that's what we have to bring the periapsis to. So let's go ahead and bring that apoapsis up to about 12.75. Okay, 13,000, that's good. And hope we don't crash into one of those tallest mountains.
He has a question.
So being in orbit, we are not going to have to, I think it would be cheating to actually use an EVA maneuver to get this thing into a higher orbit. So we are just going to circularize, and then if we have to, the mothership can rendezvous with us. Circularize.
Since I haven't seen, I haven't seen them for a long time. Just if they're wondering where I am.
Okay, let's point westward again. As we approach this descending node, we will burn to put us on the exact same plane with it. Just keep playing with it. Push it back. Just keep pushing it. Just keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Very slightly to be on the exact same plane.
I have two of these, and then one that's just blue in the garage. So, do you guys want to do lightsabers? Do I have a lightsaber guy outside in the dark? Yeah, because then you have a on.
Okay, so we are on pretty much the exact same plane here. We're going to burn prograde a little bit until, see, separation, target position at intersect, intercept. So I'm gonna push this up until the green line is pretty much on top of the blue line right there. And then when I get to here, I'm going to burn prograde so that our phasing works out. Make this a highly efficient burn. Highly efficient. Okay. So let's go ahead and perfect. All right, 0.0 kilometers.
Can you carry one gun? Oh, cool. Yeah, you can put them together. You didn't know that? No, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. Okay, how about this?
And our relative speed is 3 meters per second.
Yeah, those are just, yeah. You can pretend that they light up. Oh, the invincible. Oh, the invincible. invincible. Alright, blaster. Okay, fine. But, where's that show? They don't bring any darkness, especially in the nighttime. Because if I lose them, I just wanted in the morning,
Okay, approaching the intercept. Close enough here. Oh, geez. Okay. Let's go ahead and target relative velocity forward, because that will roughly point us at the target. And I'm going to make sure we're controlling from here and targeting the lander and target the target vector.
Oh wait,
Perfect.
Mom! Since I won't be here tonight, can I get what I want from the number 9? The number 9 door. The number 9 door.
We'll open it later. We'll open it tomorrow.
Okay. See, each one has candy in it. And this is the 9th day. So we always open up the 9 door. But we can't open the 9 door. Right there. Down there. Can't open it though. I don't know where it is. It's always a surprise.
Open up 9 and
Okay. Since there were 3, there are always 3 in one since.
Slow down to about half a meter per second.
Okay, $1 answer.
Yeah.
And stack those vectors back up.
You got watermelon. I got green apple. Do you like
So
green
it
apple?
looks like we're losing sunlight,
I can't hear them.
but we're right now on a course to dock. So
Okay, shush. Alright, Mom.
Alright, night.
I love you too.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. You can bring a skateboard if you want. No problem. You can go right.
oh, you gotta love this beautiful game. Just beautiful. Coming into the space station to dock, or is the space station coming to us? Ah, there is no frame of reference between these two objects. We have pretty much killed our monopropellant. But we don't need any more. Haha! Okay, so I planned that just perfectly. Let's go ahead and move some monopropellant into this thing. Oh, come on. Transfer fuel. Monopropellant in. Come on. What the... What? Are all my engines off? What's going on? Okay, I'm going back to the Space Center, and then I'm coming back to this ship because there was something fishy going on there. SS1, which, you know, I really should change that to a space station icon. Rename vessel. Where's rename vessel? Ike. Orbital station. And it is a space station. So, yeah, accept. Accept it. We'll wait until we've got some solar panels. Solar power. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Okay, so we got that monopropellant. There we go. Now, monopropellant. We'll give ourselves a little bit more this time, just because I really wouldn't want to run out of it. There we go. And we will refuel all of these fuel tanks. Now, notice that there was still quite a bit of fuel left in them, even after making it back to orbit. So I don't even have to fill them all up. In fact, I can fill one of them up only about halfway, and it'll still get me to orbit. Yeah, exactly. I will have at least enough fuel to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to...
Can you hear him talking, or are you just reading?
I'm just narrating.
Well, when you said, yeah, exactly, did you hear somebody talk?
No, I was kind of talking to myself, actually. I made it just in time for touchdown. What's the plan here? Can you move, LOL? Boom. Flag. Official. 720p tonight. Did you hack the internets for extra pixels? I did. I did figure out how to give us some extra pixels. Okay, we'll fill up with 3 fuel tanks. We should have enough. We don't need 4 fuel tanks, because we had 4.53 liquid fuel left, which means we only used up just under 3/4 of our fuel. And this time around we're going to be using slightly more monopropellant on the descent, and we are going to our whole craft is going to be lighter, so we should have plenty of margin to perform the rendezvous and dock again. Now obviously this current setup is asymmetrical, so that should be empty, that should be empty, that should be empty. So that one and that one can be there. We're just going to go out with these. So those tanks will be half full, so that should bring some balance to our lander. And then we will go back down. So it's down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up. All right, perfect. And if you're wondering why we just keep going down and up so many times, it's so that we can get all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 biomes to this game. We have gotten 2. We are going to go for South Pole biome on our next orbit. And unfortunately, that would require landing in the dark. No, this is perfect. So as long as we can land on this side, and how far off that? I gotta look carefully at the map here. How far north can we land? Ooh. No, that's not good. So we're not going to do that. We're going to spend an orbit waiting for the moon to rotate underneath us. It's tidally locked to Duna, by the way. And I believe, let's see, that's about 45 degrees out. So that's 90. Yeah, I believe that this mountain right here definitely is in the oh, that would be in the southeastern mountain range. We already have southeastern mountain range. We don't have eastern mountain range. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ike Landing 1. Southeastern mountain range. 140 degrees east. Southeastern mountain range. 140 degrees east. This would be 108. What? 140 degrees east. So this would be 180 degrees east. Right now where's our position? Wish we had more detail on our position, but I think so. 140 degrees east, which means 140 degrees back from there would be about there. That would be about the center of this map. Which would put us right in the middle of the Midlands. But there's about, oh, 2/3 of the way to it. A little less than 2/3 of the way to there. We're gonna wait a little while. So we gotta look at the topography now. The high spots and whatnot. Okay, there's a cross right there, which corresponds to this part of the map. Which means if we do one more orbit, it'll probably be about there. We want to come down on this mountain there, and that will put us in the western mountain range. Or we could consider, oh yes, directly south of that is a big swath of land near the South Pole that goes all the way up to, let's see, to about here, it looks like. Let's see. Wait a minute. It's really hard to gauge this looking at that map. Okay, it looks like this ridge here looks, yeah, the South Pole extends at least to that far. It's hard to gauge because I don't have an exact Mercator here.
What, Annie?
But it almost goes to 45 degrees. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's decided I can land about here. And that'll be in the South Pole region. So my ship is all fueled up just the way I want it. Crew hatch, we're going to transfer you back to the mobile lab. We're going to do not Patcock, but Wilden. Wilden will board. Wilden will transfer into the lander. And we are going to undock. And we are going to target the retrograde vector. And we are going to use RCS. Okay. And when we get low in altitude over this mountain range, that's when we are going to fire up our thrusters. Oh, man. Okay. Alright. So, vessel 2.4 tons, which means we can accelerate at about 8 meters per second. It's going to take 1 minute and 39 seconds to get there with 8 meters. So that'll take 41 seconds roughly to decelerate, which we can go ahead and do that. And that's probably good. Let's do it. Forgot to switch from orbit to oh, crap. Come on, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. You little bitch. Okay. There we go. To surface vectors, which wasted a little bit of fuel. So I might be close to not being able to perform rendezvous and docking, but I still think I'll be able to. So. Alright, let's do our experiments. Log temperature, log seismic data, log gravity data, log pressure data, observe mystery goo, observe materials bay, crew report, EVA report, surface sample. Excellent. Take data from there. 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 Collect data from there. Restore it. Collect data from there. Restore that. Alright. Now go off and plant a flag for the experience. Plant a flag. South Pole ish. It's not really Polish. Okay. Let's see. Review report from the Ike's South Pole. Excellent. So we accurately landed in the correct biome. And let's see here. We used up less than half of our liquid fuel and oxidizer. So I'm somewhat optimistic we'll be able to make it to orbit. Alright, so now the plan is simply to okay, we'll circularize at 13,000 meters because we don't want to run out of fuel. Oh man, we have very low fuel reserves here. We might have to push it a little ways to orbit. It's not cheating if you don't refuel your EVA tanks, because that is real-world physics there. Alright. So let's go ahead and let's burn off the last of this fuel. While maintaining low altitude. We got this. We totally got this. Periapsis 9.5, whatever. Now, can we perform the plane change and a rendezvous? Perhaps not. But okay, we are at 13 kilometers altitude, and we can begin our rendezvous procedure. So let's go ahead and warp almost to the ascending node. And when we're at that ascending node, we want to be burning westwardly, kind of. So that would be what, there? Alright. And then we can give that a slight nudge. Man, you broke my heart. I thought you were ignoring my comments. Now I feel better, LOL. Well, sometimes I don't have the chat window open, so all that down. I have an efficiency boner. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, it is quite efficient, isn't it? Let's see. Hello. So, what is this on your What is on your Christmas list this year? Mine is a bunch of scientific experiment that I know how to use. LOL. And some accessories for myself and my dog. The only thing so far on on my Christmas list is a HOTUS and rudder pedal system. So, you know, throttle and joystick, and then my feet doing rudder pedals, so I can more precisely control this game. I'm going to build a cockpit that I can mount this, you know, it'll be a, and that's what this is for, so that I can connect it next to my computer here, and we can, you know, have monitors going in there, all kinds of monitors, and it's going to be awesome. HOTUS system with the rudder pedals. Let's go ahead and see if we can raise our orbit up to the proper altitude now. Now that we have matched our plane, which I guess we should have done this so that we would have very slightly less delta V to in the maneuver to can't see the intersect. There we go. Perfect. So once we reach that altitude, then we're going to see how these maneuver, these intercept nodes change. And see if we should go another orbit around before circularizing to match the... we should go one more orbit around before we match our target's velocity. Or fine-tune that intercept, rather. And then on the next orbit, we match the target velocity. And it looks like we have enough fuel to actually do that. Excuse me. So you want accessories for your dog, Dan's channel? I sell the canines and canine accessories. Okay. So now we bring that separation down to... All right, nice and close and nearly circular. Our relative velocity will be 1.2 meters per second when we reach the intercept. Distance will be 200 meters. And we will have 6.27 oxidizer left, 5.13 fuel. That's really, really good. So, oh! Oh! Oh, those had to be below 10 kilometers anyways. So I almost forgot that I am doing these temperature scans. I'm going to have to do them below 10 kilometers. On these low altitude flights. That one's below 12.8 kilometers, so that one I actually get the opportunity to well, whatever. Okay. And those I guess I'm going to do at a different time. Let's match velocities with our target now, once we reach that intercept. It's right about now. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Alright. So now I should be stationary, very close to the target. And we're going to go like this. We're going to set as target, and then we're going to target the target. Okay, now that that is pointed at me, we can go ahead and target the target here. Use a touch of throttle. And now we are going in towards the station at 0.4 meters per second. And we can just boost that up to about, let's do 2 meters per second. At least until we get really close. Last thing we'd want to do is crash into the space station, so being extra careful, extra slow. Although we are time accelerating right now. Okay, now we've got to adjust our flight path because we were going a little off center of the docking node there. That docking node is our target, right? So let's go ahead and slow down a bit, bring it under 1 meter per second. And this should dock with the path that it's currently on right now. So there you go. That is another rendezvous in dock. Alright. So now we've got to refuel this lander again. Once again, refuel it. And select another biome to target land and science. We don't want that one, actually. We want to just send it to those. This is a rather long refueling procedure, so I'm going to eat. So let's see. Okay, now that those are all fueled, oh, we also need to take the fuel out of these. So we'll go in. Excellent. Okay, so that one, this one should be full, this one should be full, this one should be empty, this one should be empty. And we are going out with these ones. Those that liquid and oxidizer tank, so that it's balanced. All right. Now we want to refuel with some monopropellant. So we'll go in with the monopropellant. We'll refuel it, fill it about halfway. There we go. That's good. And this thing is ready. We're going to transfer Wilden back into the science lab. And we're going to see who's next. So we've already had Bob the scientist, Patcott the scientist, Wilden the scientist. I think, let's see, oh, Joe Moan. Joe Moan the scientist needs to go down there. Where is you, Joe Moan? Nope. Joe Moan appears to be in this crew hatch. I'm gonna send Joe Moan down to the surface of Ike to plant a flag. So we did Bob, Patcott, and Wilden. Now it's Joe Moan's turn. So let's see. Looking at the terrain. We're going to look at the biome map here simultaneously. Looks like we are about almost 90 degrees out from the 140 degrees east, which would be Might be about here. So looks like we're about 45 degrees out, which means that if we hit it at around 60 degrees north latitude, we should be landing on the western mountain ridge. But it is tricky. No. No. Where are we? On the equator. So along the equator, there should be a ridge. It's Kerbal, and it should be right around there. It's hard to identify features there. So let's go out another 45 degrees or so. Look at the topography there. There is a large mountain. There's a very large mountain there and a bowl. A little bit to the east. That would be there. And the lowlands extending curved around that bowl a little bit. This would be so much better with 3D. It'd also be easier if I were looking at those particular features when they were on the Terminator instead of. Okay, and I think that is a lowlands biome. That should be within range. Yeah, that looks like a lowlands biome, definitely. It should be just above the equator, the mountain should be. Or is that tall mountain? Here's the ridge, the tallness. Man, it's really hard to say. And there should also be a tall mountain over there. There's the equator, right there. Mountain comes just down to the equator. I need to copy image. I gotta open this in Photoshop to take a look. To actually measure. Put some lines on it so I can be sure. Okay, and we're gonna drag a line down to, oh. Okay. We're gonna crop it. Why is the ellipse tool there? Okay. Crop this thing. Image, crop. Okay. Image size is 1403 pixels tall now. No, 719 pixels tall. So we'll bring this down to about 360. Right there, that's the equator. That's 45 degrees latitude. There's the prime meridian. And right there would be 45 degrees south. Longitude. Toolbars are killing me. Okay. The image is 19.5 inches wide, so we go 4.5 would bring us to 18, and then another quarter would bring to 19 right there. That's 90 degrees west. And we got 90 degrees south. If we go from 19.5, come in 4. Almost, what? Should be right about there. Four. Almost 5. Yes, right there. That should be 90 degrees west. So, now that I've got those meridians and parallels plotted on my little biome map, I can roughly work out where we are. So we got one at 69. Put that in terms of pixels. Okay. .69 degrees south, 84 degrees east, 84.5 degrees east. So .69 degrees south. 69 plus 90 divided by 180 times 720 pixels, 636. So we're going to drop a meridian down 636. 650. So that's 640. That's 635. That's right there. Okay. And then it's 69 or 84.48 degrees east. So 84.48 plus 180, 264 divided by 360. Image size 1400. So at 1030 pixels, 1031 pixels is where. So 1000, 10, 20, 31 pixels right there. Let's make a bright red spot right mass diameter, bring it up 12 right there. We'll make a bright red spot. Boom. Okay. Let's do the same with the other flag. So we've got 2 degrees south, 13 or 103 degrees east. 2 degrees south. So that would be 92 divided by 180 divided by 1 times 360. No, divided by 360. We're going to do in times 720. Okay, 368th pixel down. So I'll drop that 350, 360, 365, 6, 7, 368 pixels down. Almost right there on the equator. And it would be 103. Sorry, just doing some math. 103 plus 180 divided by 360. Multiply that by 1403. We got 1,102nd pixel. 1,102nd pixel. Right there, boom. So we can do this. But that was in the Midlands. So that can't possibly be right. Right? Ike Landing 1, that was in the Midlands. But here it's showing that that should be in the lowlands. Fudge. Well, I'm just going to leave that off the map here. Well, whatever. Let's, you know, I should just stop this live stream. You've seen enough. I'm going to plan on returning to this later.